Hey, welcome back. Bob the Vaping Computer Guy. Today is going to be my 1,000 subscriber giveaway or giveaways and talk about some recent articles that I've seen. And so let's get right to it. So I've been on vaping on this Arctic V8 tank. Been really enjoying that with the Clapton coil. It's been very good, much better than using the other coil that came with it. Check out the video on that. I think it was the video right before this one. But with this Clapton coil, it's been great. Really nice. Wanted to show, I had a video out on this Cubis review. Cuboid? Which one is it? It's the cuboid. I always confuse it with the tank. Cuboid. And, when I first did it, we had this really thick piece of coating on the screen. And it looked like it was scratched. And I said in it, hey, this is the way I got it, and I can't get it. There's nothing that's coming off in there. I'm picking at the end of it. Nothing's coming off. I said, so it came scratched. As I was uploading the video, I said, you know what? I don't care if I make it worse. I took a razor blade and I really dug in the corner and I was able to get a piece of plastic off of there. So I felt stupid, but I immediately went on and using YouTube editing, put the comments on it saying, during the part where I was talking about that my screen was scratched like that and there was nothing to peel off, saying, I got something peeled off and it's a lot better now and all that. I don't know, a lot of people aren't seeing that because when I play the video, I see the writing on there saying, by the way, I got the thing off later on, blah, blah, blah. But people are still commenting, oh, mine had one, you should check it again. Mine had one, you should check it again. It comes off. So for some reason, some people are not seeing that part on, that overlay on the YouTube video saying I did get a screen protector off. So I don't know. I don't know why that's happening, but I just wanted to mention that. And I don't know if you'll see it here because it's not really up close, but I actually have, there you go, a lot of scratches on the screen now that it's, even with it coming off. The screen really gets messed up easy on there. So it still works good, no problems. I'm not that picky about it. I don't care as much about the aesthetics. But I just want to let people know, yeah, even after I got it off, still a lot of scratches. And there's my lighting. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that because people are still commenting on that, constantly saying, you just got to peel that thing off. Still my favorite mod right now, really enjoying it. Just convenient, works nice in the hand, feels good. So, couple articles that I've been watching lately. Let's see if I can pull these up without them messing everything up here. So, come on. All right. I'm going to put links to all this below. Just, during the week, I'm just collecting these articles and emailing them back to myself when I see them. Stuff to do with vaping. Some good, some bad, some stupid. This one, the first one you're going to see in a lineup, e-cigarettes could be behind sharp rise of successful attempts to quit smoking. To me that's like, duh, but it's nice to see some articles about it. And this is by dailycaller.com, saying e-cigarettes could be behind a sharp increase in number of people in England who have quit smoking. They said people quitting smoking jumped from 14% in 2011 to 23% in 2016. And of course, they're talking about years before that, it was very low. But obviously in the last couple of years, people, since 2011 is when vaping has really started to take off, especially in 2014, I think is the biggest year. And this year is booming already with how much stuff is coming out. But a great article on that. Nice to know that, they're trying to say, there are some people out there writing about the positives about how many people are quitting smoking from it. So I thought that was a good article. Wanted to put that out there. And I'll put the link below so you can read the whole thing. And I'm just jumping through these because I don't want to read a whole article to you and be boring. This is a really good one. Churnmag.com. New York court rules that vaping is not smoking. Now, I haven't heard this anywhere else except here, so I'm assuming that this is real. I'm going to read you a little bit of this one because I think it's important, especially I live in New York. And to me, New York is like the capital of the world. New York and California in America, whatever happens there usually starts to propagate into the center of the country and pave the way for other laws. It says it was bound to come down to a judge's ruling eventually, but we didn't know it would happen this soon. In New York, a judge has ruled vaping is not smoking, and the two words cannot be used interchangeably. New York currently bans smoking in most public areas, but according to a judge, that doesn't mean vaping is automatically banned as well. After a vapor was cited, received a summons, for using his device on a subway platform, he challenged the issue in court in the People versus Thomas. The judge said that New York law defines smoking as the burning of a lighted cigar, cigarette, pipe, or any other matter or substance which contains tobacco. However, the court said this is not that this definition excludes vapor devices. An electronic cigarette neither burns nor contains tobacco, the court noted. Instead, the use of such a device, which is commonly referred to as vaping, involves the inhalation of vaporized blah, blah, blah. We know what it involves. This aggravates me, though. During the case, the state argued that the ban on vaping should be understood and that there is no need for specific prohibition on vaping devices because lawyers. This is why they say, lawyers belong at the bottom of the ocean and stuff like that. If you're a lawyer, I'm sorry, but I mean, you're doing your job, I understand it, but lawyers will use the exact wording and the exact letter of the law when it suits them, and when it clearly says the opposite of what they want, they will just say, no, you should have common sense. You should just know that that's included. That's lawyers for you, It should be the letter of the law. Common sense should be included. It is common sense that vaping is not smoking, but they're trying to make it sound like common sense should say vaping is included with smoking. Absolutely wrong. So it says the state argued that the ban on vaping should be understood and there was no need for specific prohibition on vaping devices because the courts of New York have yet to make determinations as to whether electronic cigarettes are to be viewed any differently. They haven't determined if it should be viewed differently, so it shouldn't be viewed the same. It is completely different. You are not burning anything. It is totally different chemicals. So obviously we all know the difference there. But this is wonderful to hear. Let's see. The judge ruled that this argument was invalid. After all, vaping devices just do not match up with the state's current definition of smoking. New York City leaders have specifically included bans on vaping under the Smoke-Free Air Act. However, statewide laws are not yet following suit. And of course, it says now the judge has formally ruled on vaping is not equate to smoking. We will likely see a statewide scramble to redefine the laws, which of course is what will happen, especially with, New York is what's commonly referred to as a nanny state. People feel you need to be taken care of. You need to tell you can't have this size soda, you can't vape, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like we all need, people that take care of us like they're on nanny. But there you go. So that's a nice ruling, and it's nice to hear that. A little bit of good news for as long as it lasts for us. Let's see what this article was. This one is, this is what happened. Oh, yeah, this is a video that Gizmodo, which is a popular tech site that you may or may not know of, posted a video of a man's e-cigarette exploding in his pocket in a convenience store. And it looks pretty bad. And, some of you might say, well, why am I bothering to talk about this or put this up there? You got to be fair. You got to be both sides. There's bad sides to everything and good sides to everything. And to just ignore anything that shows something bad for vaping wouldn't be right, and it's better to be clear about it. It looks like this guy's mod exploded in his pocket. I don't think you should ever take this and stick it in your pants pocket. On, off, locked, not locked. Unless there's no batteries in it, I don't think you should ever take something like this that has high-powered batteries and a button that turns it on and stick it in a pocket like that. Now, I'll turn mine off. I'll give it 5 clicks and stick it in a pocket this way on my jacket, inside pocket on a coat, because I'm not really putting any pressure on that. But to put something like that in your pocket where you may have keys or a wallet or it's going to bounce around like this every time you walk, or you're going to sit down and put pressure on it, I think is foolish. If you do it, I really would suggest not doing something like that. It seems to be when this happens, it's usually happening to younger people, teenagers, young adults, people in their 20s, and I don't know if it's, I'm in my mid-40s, I don't know if it's that. If I'm a worrier, or it's because I have kids. But to me, I want to be safe. I joke with my kids who are 9 and 11. I said they've never had to go to an emergency room, and that makes me very happy. I said by the time I was 11 years old, I think it was 3 or 4 times I was in the emergency room. I poured hot coffee on myself, burned my skin off my chest. I caught my shirt on fire with fireworks on the 4th of July, when I was 8 years old. I did all that kind of stuff. We didn't wear helmets. You could ride a bike without wearing elbow pads. You could do all that stuff. You didn't wear seatbelts in the car when I was a kid. So I've been through enough of that stuff that I'm overprotective now. And taking something like this and stick it in your pocket is just dumb. Don't do it. All right. Just the 0.0001% chance that something bad can happen means you shouldn't do it. Be safe with these things, please. And then you don't end up on Gizmodo, who's trying to make vaping look bad, which I'm surprised, because they're a tech site. You think they'd be more open-minded to this. And I'm not saying they're really trying to make things look bad. They're not. They're just putting the news out there. But it says, this is what happens when an e-cigarette explodes in your pocket. And I'll put a link to this in the show notes. And it shows this guy's pants catching on fire pretty bad. So maybe he had bad batteries. Maybe he was using low-drain batteries, and the button got pressed for too long and it vented. Who knows? But it says Owensboro, Kentucky man was sent to the hospital for second-degree burns last week when his e-cig battery exploded like a fireworks in his pocket. Surveillance footage, which you can watch the video if you want. It's not the first time battery has been reported. Just a couple of weeks ago, a Texas man also suffered serious burns. When they say something like that, they're talking about two people at least in the United States, two people in the United States within 2 weeks that this happened to. Think about how many people have burned themselves even just on their hand with a cigarette or a cigar. Think about how many people have fallen asleep in bed and died because they, burned themselves with a cigarette. Fell asleep with a cigarette, or burnt down a house with a cigarette. Let's not forget how many people have died in the last 2 weeks from cancer, from lung cancer, from cigarettes. Okay, so for two people who got hurt from an electronic device like this in 2 weeks is very insignificant amount compared to the amount of people who are getting the benefits from it. So I wish that was promoted a little bit better. Then they end the article. We'll have to see if e-cig batteries like hoverboards will soon be banned from subways, planes. They shouldn't talk like that. It doesn't make things look good, and wish they didn't really say it like that. But I'm going to put that in there just so you can be fair and see what's going on with that. I got an email. Sorry, new topic. I'm talking fast. I just do that. I got an email from Aspenvalley Vapes, which is a vape retailer online. And it was kind of triggered. They wrote a little article that was triggered by Rip Tripper's controversial video about vaping causing dehydration. And I hadn't seen it because I'm really weeks behind in video watching all the time, trying to catch up, but it's hard. So I found his video that he did by someone else who reposted it. And that poor person has taken a lot of heat in the comments because people are saying, oh, he shouldn't have put it back up there because it just, he's like helping that at Rip Trippers, and he's helping the company of the product that Rip Trippers was supporting. But I think it's good to be up there. I think people should see that. I'm not going to comment whether he should have done that video or not. That's up to you. It didn't indicate in there whether he was getting support from that company of the products he was talking about or not. It seemed like he was really promoting it, but he might have just been saying how much he liked that product. My first thing when I watched that video by Rip Trippers was, how does he know that all his health problems are because of vaping? I got health problems. I got a lot of health problems, and I wouldn't start thinking they were because of vaping. I would think that there are other things, whether it's age or health issues or diet or exercise or a real serious medical problem of some kind. I wouldn't think that vaping was the cause of that. He's talking about joint pain and stuff like that, and attributed it to dehydration from vaping. Now, does vaping cause dehydration? I don't know if it does cause you to have less hydration because you're exhaling deeper, I think, and that's just getting moisture out of you. Does that lead to a level of dehydration that is a problem? I don't know. That's not for me to answer. But does it actually dehydrate you more than if you weren't vaping? I would guess so. That just seems like, the laws of physics. You're exhaling deeper and more often, perhaps, and you're getting more moisture out of your body that way. But I don't think, unless you're sitting there all day long, and even then it may not be to the point that it would cause any kind of a medical situation. But anyway, he put that video up, and I think it was pulled down. I don't know how soon it got pulled down, because there was a lot of controversy about it, saying that, which isn't the first time for Rip Trippers that people have said, that he's getting paid or promoting products, and I don't think he is. It doesn't seem like that to me. But again, I don't know. But anyway, then I ended up getting this article by Aspenvalley Vapes, which, let's see if I can pull that up now. Come on, come on. Vaping and dehydration, 10 things you need to know. This was posted on February 24th by them, and they put a bunch of comments, talked about what he said, and then they put 10, a bunch of symptoms of dehydration, what to look for, dry mouth, feeling weak, things like that, brown urine, things like that, dry eyes, and yeah, those are signs of dehydration. Okay, but then they talk about how to prevent vaping dehydration. And that bothered me a little bit. I mean, because then it's almost like they're agreeing with him and saying, yeah, absolutely, you could become dehydrated from vaping a lot, and here's what you need to do. And it says, hopefully you aren't allergic to water, drink water. Things like that. Don't drink a lot of alcohol. Stay caffeinated. Stay away from caffeine beverage. Stay caffeinated, my friends. Not. All right, so they're saying stay away from caffeinated beverages and eat more watery foods. I don't know. It seems strange to me that they came out with this kind of thing, kind of supporting that what he was saying was true, and that there's things you should do to stay hydrated when you vape. I don't know. I don't know if I feel that you're going to get dehydrated from vaping. It may be. Don't listen to me whether it's something to worry about or not. But I don't know. I wasn't too crazy about seeing them supporting. Yeah, you'll become dehydrated when vaping, and these are the things you should do. But their advice was good advice for anybody. Avoid alcohol, avoid excess caffeine, drink water. But anyway, I'm going to put that down below too. Let me know what you think, if you think that's something. Curious what you think about Rip Tripper's video. Do you think he should have pulled it down? Do you think, have you found you get dehydrated from vaping a lot? I don't know. But, if you want to let me know what you think about that, I'm certainly curious. I wouldn't mind talking to you about that. So that's it. Those are a couple of articles that I saw there. Not a whole lot else going on. I think it's in about, this is, today's the 29th of February. So what is it, 2-3 weeks is Vape Northeast, I think it's called, in Connecticut. I'm looking forward to that, just to have a vape show to go to, because it's been a while. The 19th, Vape Northeast, and that's at Foxwoods in Connecticut. So I think I posted that in a previous vlog, but I'll put a link down to it again below. Make a note of that, because if I don't make a note of it, I won't remember. I'll put a link to that one again. Let me know if you're going to be there, if you're in the Northeast, and we'll go from there. So we are at 1,001 subscribers. Let's refresh and see if that changed. So I want to do a giveaway. Said I would when I got 1,000 subscribers. We're at 1,001, which we reached 1,000 early this morning, and I really appreciate it. It's just nice to see that people are subscribing, and then I'm not staring at my phone here for nothing and recording all of this for just for myself, because I really don't like to hear myself talk. All right, so I'm going to give away 3 tanks. We have a VPARK Max Tank Pro. Thank you to VPARK, very generous company. They've been very good. A Max Tank Mini, also from VPARK. Okay, and we're going to give away a Cubis tank. Okay, all new tanks. Give away those 3. What we're going to do, and I hate doing this. I hate asking, I'll share, post, please try and share for me. But it does work. And the more it works, the more subscribers I get, the more, perfectly honest, the more vendors contact me and say, hey, you want to review this for me? And when they send it in, I always ask them, I say, look, I'd love to do a giveaway. I pay the shipping myself. You want to send me a product to review and send me 1 or 2 more to give away to my viewers. I pay for the shipping to send it out. I'm happy to do that, just like, throwing these in the mail for you guys and gals. And so, the more I can do, the more stuff I can do for giveaways for you guys, and the more videos I can do just to help promote these products. I like this is a good hobby for me. I haven't had a hobby in a long time, and when I started vaping I guess a little over 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and I started reviewing about, I guess just over a year ago. I think it was January 2015, so a year and 2 months. I enjoy it, of course. I enjoy trying the newest gear, and I hear a lot of people saying that they're trying to decide between two different things. They watch my reviews and they say that's the one they're going to go for because they like the review and they like the information I gave them on it, and that's great. It's wonderful to hear that when someone says they're not wasting their money buying something they didn't like it, or they were about to buy this tank and then they realized something I pointed out in it they wouldn't like, and so they avoided it. I love hearing that, and that's why I like doing it. So I am going to ask for this contest. We're going to have 3 winners. I'm going to choose 3 winners on I wrote down the day here, February 12th. So we'll give it, it's almost 2 weeks, okay? All I'm going to ask you to do is share this video. This is the 1,000 subscriber vlog. If you can share this video on Facebook, Google+, Twitter, somewhere else. I've been trying to hang out more on this site that, I'm sorry, I forgot. One of my viewers recommend this site, Vaporium, which is vaporium.onsocialengine.com, which I didn't know about. Post it on there if you like it. I really appreciate it. So just post a link to this video or any one of my other recent videos if you prefer. If there was a review on a tank or something you liked, grab one of those. Just grab the link, share it on there, and then if you can, just comment below saying where you shared it and which video. That's all. Just put below, shared this video on whatever. If you want to post a link, just in case you didn't know, the way Google works, the way you get higher in search engines, is when Google sees a lot of other places linking to one place, they figure that place has more importance. Okay? Years ago, you used to put keywords, so people could find it. It doesn't work that way anymore. Okay? If you have a site and people search for vaping, and then the #1 site that comes up is myvaporstore.com, it's because a lot of people are talking about myvaporstore.com on other places. And Google says, oh, look, we see 5,000 links all going to this site. We see 500 links going to this site. Well, that makes this site more relevant because more people are talking about it. It's probably the better site for what you're searching for. So the more links that link to something gets you higher in the search engines, and works better that way. So yeah, if you share my video somewhere and you put a link below, I'm going to stop talking about this now. I know I'm rambling. Put a link below. Just say where you shared it. If you want to post a link below where you shared it, you can do that. If you post something like a link in a YouTube comment, sometimes it doesn't appear right away because a lot of times YouTube will flag it as spam, thinking you're trying to put a link to something else in there. But when I see it, I will say it's not spam, and then it'll end up appearing later on in there, okay? So do that if you can. I appreciate it. And then on February 12th, I will do another, I will do the video where I will use a YouTube random comment picker to pick 3 random winners. And if you want to comment about the other stuff in there, that's fine too. But when I do the random comment picker, I will pick the first 3 videos that come up that have somebody sharing one of my videos in it, and I will get these out to you immediately, these tanks. All right? So really appreciate it. Take a look at those articles. Let me know what you think about rip trippers and that whole controversy there, because I'm curious if you found that you get dehydrated from vaping too. I haven't found any of that from it. Maybe I already drink enough water. I don't know. But, if you ask a doctor, they'll always tell you never drink enough water. So there you go. Let me know if you're going to be at the vape show in March. I have a cap. It says the Vaping Computer Guy, and I don't even know where it is, but it looks pretty bad. It was one I had made up online with some logos and stuff like that. I'm going to try and have a new one made up by then. So if I'm walking around and you see the hat with the Vaping Computer Guy on there, you'll know it's me. And again, I know I don't have that many subscribers like the big guys out there, but if you're there, say hello. I'd love to talk to everybody about vaping. I enjoy it a lot. So that's it. I'm going to stop talking now. All right, I'm not going to, not quick, but anyway, comment below. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the 1,000 subscribers. It's much appreciated. Can't wait to give these things away to you guys. Hopefully I'll have some more giveaways soon. Plan on picking up a lot of stuff that I missed out on ordering lately at that show, and hopefully I'll have more giveaways after the show in March. Thanks a lot, and see you soon.